Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Brain Better. Today, we're going to go over some dating advice specifically on the 8 signs that make him not relationship material. Regardless of whether you're already in a relationship or not, we believe that you're looking for some answers. So make sure to watch until the end of the video so that you can walk away with tons of values. Also, if you learned something from this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel so that we can continue to provide more insights to you through our videos. Now, let's get straight into our topic today, 8 signs he is not relationship material. Choosing the right partner is one of the most important decisions anyone has to make in life. When you choose the right person, it makes you blossom. You become more confident, attractive, and successful. It makes your whole life better, and not just you. The fruits you bear from your relationship will become even blessings to other people. But when we choose the wrong person, it often leads to a toxic relationship that leaves us bitter, resentful, and miserable. Instead of feeling happy and empowered, we constantly feel drained or even anxious. Not only doesn't the relationship bring us joy, it becomes a serious threat to our emotional well-being or even physical well-being to a certain degree. Therefore, as women, before we enter into a relationship, before we even choose a person, it's important to first know our value and self-worth. Otherwise, we can get trapped in a toxic relationship easily, or we may even become the cause of the toxicity in a relationship. Alright, now, the next thing is, what are the red flags in men that we should look out for? Number 1, dishonesty. If your partner is a liar, then this is really a huge red flag. Trust is one of the most important foundations of a relationship. If your partner is not someone whom you can trust, then most likely this relationship will be headed nowhere. Well, what if they're only telling white lies? Yes, in certain contexts, telling white lies may be acceptable. However, if this person happens to be your partner and the closest person to you, then you would really want him to be honest, open, and transparent to you. Otherwise, this will eventually grow into a ticking time bomb which will blow up eventually. They may have started out to be just little white lies, but eventually, you'll find it hard to trust anything they say. In cases like this, reassure a partner that it's okay for him to be his authentic self and you are mature enough to handle the truth. Red flag number 2, he only cares about himself. He is self-centered and he always prioritizes his needs over yours. His world revolves only around himself. When you talk to him, he barely listens. He shows little to no interest in all your topics. But when he talks, he wants all the attention he could get from you. Also, he constantly receives but never gives. It's always you who has to put in effort in a relationship. It's always you who has to compromise. Everything feels so one-sided and there's no reciprocity. These are all narcissistic and self-obsessive traits. Being with someone like this can be very tiring and unfulfilling. If your partner happens to be someone like this, then it's time for you to have a conversation with him. Communicate with him how you truly feel. There are several reasons behind one's selfish behavior. It may be due to childhood upbringings, or they may not even realize that their behavior is self-centered and hurtful to the other person. Whatever the reason is, if your partner truly loves you and wants this relationship to work, they will be willing to work on changing their behavior. Red flag number 3, controlling behavior. Controlling behavior is not always easy to spot, especially when you're the one being controlled. It may have started off with your partner wanting you to spend all your time with them, or checking in on you every hour to know what you're doing. It may have felt great to have all the attention in the beginning, but somehow at some point you started feeling uncomfortable. You felt like this is a bit too much for you. If you're experiencing all these feelings, then it may be a sign that you're in a controlling relationship. A controlling partner has the tendency of micromanaging and being overprotective. He wants to dominate and have a say in every single aspect of your life. From little things like what you should be wearing, to bigger things like who should fit in your circle of friends or with whom you should spend your time with. He has taken over the full autonomy you once had for your life. He may get upset when you spend time with your friends and family, or when you make plans without him. All this may come across as caring at first, since you may feel like he just wants to spend more time with you. But eventually, you get so isolated from people around you that you stop spending time with them. If this is happening to you, if your love life is drawing you further away from your loved ones instead of getting you closer to them, then it's really time for you to reassess your relationship. Red flag number 4, manipulation and games. Nothing is more tiring than being with a manipulative partner who is constantly playing all kinds of mind games with you. One second he may be telling you he's fine, but the next second he's banging doors and sending all sorts of passive-aggressive signals to tell you he is mad. Or they may deliberately say something to hurt your feelings, but when you confront them, they'll immediately dismiss your feelings by saying, "You overthink," or "They're just joking." Sometimes they might also distort the reality by saying they didn't say any of those things and it's you who heard them wrong. You're constantly walking on eggshells in a relationship, and you do everything you could to please your partner, including compromising your core values. Whether you have an argument or conflict with each other, he always guilt-trips you into thinking that you're the cause to the conflict. You're not good enough. You should be thankful that he's still willing to stay in this relationship. And if you lose him, you're not going to be able to find anyone else who's willing to stand you. Whenever you communicate your needs with him, he'll tell you that you set the bar too high, you're being too demanding, your expectations are unrealistic. Ladies, if this is what you're going through right now, as intimidating as it may sound, it may be time for you to take a break from this relationship and seek some fresh perspectives. It's possible that you're setting the standard too high, but there's also this possibility that he's just not the right guy. And if lowering your bar can keep the relationship but it's not making you happy, that is not going to be sustainable in the long run. And no matter what, no one should ever make you feel small or unworthy. If that's what you feel, then it's really a big warning sign to you. Number 5, your friends and family don't think you should date him. Just like the old saying, love is blind, when we're in a relationship, it's very common that we get selective with how we perceive our partner. We only search for or interpret information that supports why we fell in love with our partner in the first place. Which is why if a number of your friends or family don't think that he's the right guy for you, then you may really want to take a step back and try to see things from their perspective. They may not see what you see in them, but there's also this possibility that you're the one not seeing what they see. And since they're the closest people to you other than your partner, you might really want to get their support too. So communicate with them and get some fresh perspectives from them. Number 6, he doesn't respect the women in his family. Watch out how he treats his mother and sisters. If he treats them like a maid, yells at them, ignores them when they speak, well, chances are this is how he's going to treat you in the future. He might treat you well with respect now, but if you find that there's inconsistency in how he treats you versus people around him, then eventually, once the spark fades off, he will stop showing respect to you. Red flag number 7, he does not want to commit. You have been dating him for months, but still, your relationship is not official. You're acting like a couple, but he never asks you to be his girlfriend, nor does he ever introduce you as his girlfriend to people around him. He wants you to date him exclusively, but he doesn't want to commit. Ladies, if this is you, unless you're not looking for a committed relationship either, otherwise, don't waste your time on him. Number 8, you can't see eye to eye on relationship deal breakers. For example, you want kids, but he doesn't. You want your relationship to eventually turn into marriage, but that's not what he wants. Well, it's best that you communicate all these deal breakers with him at the early stage of your relationship and make sure that you both are on the same page and are willing to work on finding a common ground. If at the end of the day you both are still looking for different things, then maybe the time is not right or he may just not be your person. Now that we've covered all 8 signs that make him not relationship material, check out this playlist of our videos that cover other topics related to relationship. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on all these value-packed videos on communication, psychology, mindset, and so much more. See you in the next video. Bye!